Nearly 3 years since it was released, and despite all the controversy and complaints about the overused World War II setting, I can't help but ask, was this game really that dull? Or did it get more criticism than it deserved? What's up everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Omar with Real Gamer Review, and today we are reviewing Call of Duty Vanguard almost 3 years after being released. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Nowadays, it's common to see games with a mix of opinions, but some really take heat more than others. In this review, we'll dive deeper into Vanguard and check out its different aspects to determine if it's actually worth playing or is it just as dull and repetitive as people claim. Call of Duty Vanguard is a first-person shooter video game from 2021 developed by Sledgehammer Games and published by Activision. It was released on November 5th, 2021 and is available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X. It is the 18th main installment in the Call of Duty series and the 6th in the World War II sub-series. The game's story follows 4 soldiers from different countries who join forces to form a special unit called Task Force 1. You as a player must fight through various historical battles and stop a secret Nazi plan that could change the course of the war. The game features both a single-player campaign and multiplayer mode, as well as zombies and battle royale modes. In case you've been totally out of the loop and never tried a Call of Duty game, it's played from a first-person view, your character's health heals on its own after taking damage, you get to carry 2 main guns and 1 sidearm along with grenades and other gear. Plus, you can tweak your loadout with various attachments. As you progress in the story, you'll play with different weapons and abilities depending on the character and the location. One of the best parts of the game is the campaign, which is a thrilling and immersive experience that keeps you hooked from the first minute to the end. You get to play as different characters from different countries, each with their own backstory and personality. You also get to visit amazing locations through each level, such as a German castle, a Japanese airfield, or a North African desert. The campaign is very cinematic with intense action scenes and dramatic moments. You really feel like you're part of the story and the war, not just a spectator. The campaign is not too long, but it's not too short either. It's just the right length for a satisfying and enjoyable ride. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the campaign is the variety of weapons that you can use. Each character has their own preferred loadout, but you can also swap weapons with your allies or enemies. The weapons in the game feel really authentic and satisfying to use. They have realistic sounds, recoil, and animations. You can also customize your weapons with different attachments such as scopes, silencers, or grips, but that's more related to the multiplayer mode. You can kind of do that in the single player mode, but only in certain levels. The attachments can change the performance and the appearance of your weapons, giving you more options and flexibility. Some of the weapons also have special features like the ability to switch fire modes or throw grenades. The game does a great job of making each weapon feel unique and fun to use. It's always exciting to try out a new gun and see how it works in combat. After you finish the campaign, you can jump into the multiplayer mode, which offers various modes and maps to choose from, almost as every recent Call of Duty installment. You can play with or against other players online, or team up with friends in some co-op missions. The multiplayer mode also features a progression system that rewards you with new items and challenges. However, there is one thing that really annoys me about the multiplayer mode, and that is the microtransactions. Yes, this game still has those pesky in-game purchases that makes you pay real money to get extra weapons, attachments, and skins. I mean, come on, we already paid for the game, why do I have to pay more to unlock stuff that should be available from the start? It's not like the game is free to play or anything, it feels like a rip-off and a greedy move by the developers and the publishers. In general, I don't mind paying for some cosmetic items, but when they affect the gameplay and balance, it becomes unfair and frustrating. The game also includes a zombie mode, which is a co-op survival mode where you and up to 3 other players fight against waves of undead enemies. You can play it as solo as well. You can upgrade your weapons and abilities as well as access special areas and secrets. The zombies mode has its own storyline and characters separate from the main campaign. I've seen and played a lot of war games before, especially in the World War II theme, but this game still impressed me. A big part of that is the stunning graphics, making every battle look epic and realistic, especially when you're shooting enemies and explosions are happening everywhere. Most of the cutscenes are cinematic, and the developers of the game also nailed it with the diverse settings and locations. The game looks super sharp with lifelike shadows, reflections, and textures. You can really see the Sledgehammer Games' expertise in the game's design and animation. One of the coolest things about Vanguard is how smooth and fluid the gameplay is. If you play on a high-end PC or a current-gen console, you'll notice the game runs at 60 frames per second or higher, which makes the action feel more responsive and immersive. Even on older consoles, the game still looks pretty good and performs well. The art direction in the game really stands out, perfectly capturing the atmosphere and mode of World War II. The vibrant and varied colors add to the realism and immersion that the developers aimed for. This video was recorded on PC, but the game also looks great on the latest consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series. The graphics are almost as good as the PC version. As always, the Call of Duty series nailed it with the music and audio. If you're playing with a good pair of headphones, you'll feel completely immersed in the game. The audio in Vanguard is super lifelike and really pulls you into the game. The gunshots, explosions, enemy shouts, and battle noises are incredible. All in all, it sounds pretty awesome. The voice acting in the game is really good as well, but probably not as memorable as other characters from the Call of Duty installments like Soap and Price, for example. As the main characters, the actors did a pretty good job of portraying their personalities and emotions, but some of the supporting actors and NPCs are a bit less impressive. The background noises on different maps, from ambient sounds to environmental cues and announcements, make the atmosphere feel alive and dynamic. As always, I'll leave you with a few clips so you can check out the audio and soundtrack yourselves.
Light him up, Jackson! At the fence. Take him out.
In conclusion, after a year of playing this game, I'd say it's a pretty fun and thrilling first-person shooter. It does have its issues, particularly the overdone World War II theme, but that doesn't ruin the overall enjoyment and experience. If you're a fan of war action first-person shooter games, you really should check this one out. Give it a shot if you haven't yet. Alright, time to finish up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.